Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So today I am sharing another project with you featuring the Spooktacular Bash bundle. So when you purchase the Spooktacular Bash bundle in my online Stampin' Up! Store, you actually save 10% and you'll get the Cling stamp set as well as the fabulous Ornate Frames dies that coordinates well with the sentiments in this stamp set, but you can use these dies with so many different sentiments. So if you are not a fan of Halloween, you could trade this out and just get the dies by themselves, because you can purchase them independently from the stamp set. So really fabulous dies. I think that you will absolutely love them. I've been having so much fun using them. And if you missed the projects that I shared about a week ago featuring this bundle, I will link to that tutorial down below in the video description, because you definitely want to check this out. These projects were so much fun to create, and I did share a lot of different tips and tricks with you on creating these projects. So today I am going to be sharing another project with you with that bundle of products, and this is actually my September team make and take. So I've shared this with you guys many times that every month I do hold a live team meeting with my team of Quita Bug Stampers, and I do a make and take with them at the end of the meeting, and then I give away at random 5 make and take kits. So this is the kit that I gave for September. So I'm excited to share this design with you. I had a lot of fun creating this card. So this piece of Whisper White was die cut using those Ornate Frames dies. I've got Memento Tuxedo Black ink here, and I'm stamping my favorite sentiment from that Spooktacular Bash stamp set, the So Glad We're Such Ghoul Friends. I love that sentiment. So just stamping that down. That looks great. Then I have got one of our Whisper White envelopes here, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. I'm going to stamp that cute little mummy character from the stamp set, and we'll just put him in the bottom left, just like that. Now I am going to bring in, I've got a piece of the Monster Bash Designer Series paper. This paper comes 12 by 12. This is just a piece that I cut down to 6 by 6, and I am going to cut out a couple of these little ghouls to go onto my card, and I've already decided that I want these two that are down here. I think they're pretty darn cute. So we'll just cut these little guys out, and what I'm going to do is just trim, leaving a little border outside of the black frame that they have, just a little border. So I'm just going to trim both of these little frames out. All right, so I've got both of these all cut out and ready to go. So I'll set those to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and start building up my card. So I have got a piece of basic black cardstock. So this is cut 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and I have scored it at 4.25 inches. And I'm just going to bring in my bone folder and give that a nice crease. Then I've got this piece of basic black cardstock that I have run through my die cutting machine, and I've embossed it using the 10 tile 3D embossing folder. I really love how that looks on this basic black. So I'm just going to flip this over. I've already added some tear and tape to the back. I've got my take your pick tool here, and I'm just going to peel off these backings from my tear and tape. You just want to use a strong adhesive to add this embossed layer. So you could also use liquid glue if you don't have tear and tape. So just give that a good press. Now I've got this piece of basic black that I die cut using the stitched rectangle dies. I'm just going to flip this over and add this down using our new black dimensionals. I'm so excited about these. So I'm just going to add these down, and these are perfect for if you're using dark cardstock. I know a lot of people are like, black dimensionals, well, what's the point of that? But I think they're really great if you're working with dark colors, because then you don't see that white foam peeking from underneath. So I really love these. So I'm just going to add this stitched rectangle all the way over to the edge of the card base, right about there, and I'll just give that a press. And the reason that I added this stitched rectangle is because I felt like this 10 tile embossing folder, as much as I love it, it was so busy in the background that I wanted something to kind of break up that embossing. So that's why I went with this solid piece of black with that fun stitched edge. And that's also a really great tip if you have a really busy piece of designer series paper in the background. If you want to break it up, you can put a solid element on top and it'll help create a little bit of division. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back of my little ghouls here and decide where I want them on this piece. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks great. We'll go with that. And then I'm gonna pop a couple of dimensionals onto the back of the sentiment. And then I've got this piece of smoky slate, which I die cut using the Ornate Frames dies. I used this die right here. I love how this looks. So I'm gonna add some dimensionals towards the top back of this. So we'll just peel those off. And then I'm gonna line up the bottom, the solid bottom edge here of the die cut with the bottom edge of my stitched rectangle here, and just center it up as well. So yeah, right about there looks good. And then we'll stick the sentiment on top. I really love this card. Then I've got my Monster Bash enamel shapes. These are so much fun. I'm just going to add a couple of these dots right here. These are the sort of gray looking ones. So I'll just put the large one there. Then one of the smaller ones, if I can pick it up. There we go. Right about there. And let's just set that to the side for a minute and let's go ahead and finish up the envelope. So I've got another scrap piece of that Monster Bash Designer Series paper. I'm gonna take my envelope. This is cut 2.5 inches by 6 inches, and I am just going to add a little bit of liquid glue here onto my flap. Add this designer paper on, give it a press, and just kind of give it a second to dry. And then all you have to do is flip your envelope over and just cut along the edge of your envelope flap to cut off that overhang from your designer series paper. And just like that, you've got a fun coordinating envelope. All right, so there you have it, a fun Halloween card idea. I really love how this card turned out. So I hope that you will take a look at that Spooktacular Bash bundle. I've actually linked directly to it down below in the video description. In my online store, you can check that out, add it to your cart, and grab that up today. And then here are a couple others with those different little characters from that Monster Bash designer paper. I love it. So check out that paper and the Monster Bash elements. Just a really fun suite of Halloween products in the holiday catalog. So I hope you've enjoyed all the supplies for today's project, like I said, listed down below in the video description and over on today's blog post, along with the measurements. So thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I will be back again very soon with another tutorial. Bye now.